welcome back. We're now going to go over the last part of our mini series on swing trading. This is a one that I'm most looking forward to. Maybe it'll be just a little bit longer than some of the others, but in this one we'll talk about putting it all together, and we'll review some past trades that have taken winners and losers, and this should give you a good idea of how to approach swing trading and how to put everything together and start working towards your goals. So let's get into it. Alright, so let's take a look at putting it all together. In the first video we went over our layout, which you can see here. If you want to get a good look at the layout, drag your movie maker, whatever you're watching in Windows Media Player or whatever it may be, drag it across your entire setup, and you should be able to see it better. Obviously, if you're watching on a phone, it's pretty small. But so you have your sectors over here. So let's take a look right now. A lot of these are extended. XLK is pretty extended. XLE is kind of weak. XLB is sort of extended, started a new move. If I had to choose a sector I'd want to take a swing trade in long right now, it'd probably be actually the IBB or XLV. They're kind of forming this buy setup. They put in a red bar and it looks like it's going to get ignored. So that's a good example of how to kind of use your sector analysis to form a bias. Now you can come over here, and if you wanted to look at all the IBBs, this platform makes it pretty easy. Here's all the stocks in the IBB, so you could go through every stock in that sector and look. I'm sure your platform might have a similar option, or you could manually create a sector watch list. But nevertheless, then you get over here and you have your watch list. So remember, put trades that you really like, that you want to watch, on your watch list, and then put your best of the best that you're capable of finding at this point in your trading career down on this hot list, and anything you're going to take, go ahead and put it up here. So let's look at one. So this is IBB. I don't trade the sector ETFs very often, but I figured I'd give this one a stab. You can see I'm going to enter at the white line here, exit at the red line. I use a 1R trailing stop. And that's just automatic. So it's a little bit arbitrary. I don't always do it, but unless I have a really good secure stop that I really believe in, I do a 1R trailing stop. And what that does is, while some of these targets look wimpy, if I even get to target 1 and exit 1/3 there, combine that with my trailing stop, I'm already guaranteed to be at break even, worst case scenario. So I don't always manage like that. For this one I am, though. So that's an example. I found a trade, I put it in the system. It's up here. You can see here's my IBB orders. Because I have 3 bracket orders, it's actually 3 orders, but it's 1 trade. And you can also see, if you come down to Insight, I've got it pre-plugged in. It's right here. There's the IBB. It's already in, so if it triggers, I'll just plug in the I've already got the entry information in, and when it does, I'll just fill in the entry time and then the exits, of course. So that's sort of the whole process right there. Another thing I wanted to do in this was just let's look at Insight's ability to do trade follow-up, and let's look at a couple actual trades. So let's look at maybe some of the best and some of the worst. Alright, so I shrunk the screen size there for a second just to make it a little easier to see. But so let's go ahead and go through some trades. We'll look at some good, some bad, some of the real ugly maybe. So this was a trade heading up to the election that entered on the red line. Okay, this was my initial target. Actually gapped over my entry and exited there. So this was a surprise. I remember once Trump won, I was actually bracing for a 2 or 3 hour loss, and what do you know? Worked out. It worked out. A little luck never hurt anyone. So here's another winner. This was a gap down dream. It's just a big puke bar. followed by a green bar. There's more to this on the hourly. There's very specific stuff on the hourly you have to see, but nevertheless, they don't usually work like this, but a lot of times they just grind higher before they die out. Let's look at some more. Nat. What was this one? So this was a gap down, couldn't bounce at all, shorted at the black line, stop at the red line, 1, 2, 3 days down, and got extended and pulled the trigger on it. So got out on that there. Let's look at this one, OSG. I don't even remember a lot of these. What was this? Oh, kind of a similar concept. A bar down, a little bottoming tail, then just moved sideways right at the declining railroad tracks here. Got in short at the black line. Sort of got extended here, but only took half. That was because, if I remember correctly, these railroad tracks were still looking really nice, which paid off big because then I got the other half down here. So that was nice. Let's do one more winner, and then we'll see what we can do on the loser side. SCMP. I don't even remember. Let's see. What is this? Oh, yeah, I remember this. Okay, huge volume. I mean, I figured the next trend would stick for a little bit after this huge puke. A lot of shock here, but then sure enough, I got in long at this black line. Almost went to full target on day one. It was really extended on the hourly. Because of that, it was looking just sort of like a mess. Had a big move, but so I put a 10-cent trail on it, and it actually got out right there. So that was a thing of beauty. In terms of if I wanted to do the 10-cent trail, I would have went back down to break even in the same day, and then did actually go a little higher, and then just completely just dirt napped on me. So that was a good one. Let's see. Let's look at some of the ugly ones. There's got to be a few. Some of these I don't have uploads yet. Sint. Oh yeah, this was shameful. Went long at the black line right into the declining 50. I used to not have the 50 on my chart, but I started watching it. I put it on my charts because I noticed a lot of things that look really pretty like this oftentimes are kind of coming right into the 50s, so I'm much more mindful of that now. I mean, look at it. It looks like it's gonna go ahead and work, just pulled the trigger a little too early, so that was no good. Of course, when I'm actually following up to try to learn, I take a little more time. I'm just going through quick, obviously. I'm not trying to learn lessons, I'm just showing some examples. But what was this one? This one was a mess. So triggered by a few cents and then got out in the same day, up 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 days in a row into this garbage. You know, I don't know what I was thinking there. In hindsight, that's just not that good of a trade. Something to learn from. WMB. Let's see what this is. Oh, this one's one for the wall of shame. Shorted 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 bars down into this support area. I mean, this is garbage. This is flat out garbage. I remember putting my stop up here thinking, you know, I'll give it plenty of room, but it still got me. And then it looks like it actually was going to work, but just, again, you know, you don't want to short or go long after 5 bars in a row. That's amateur hour right there. So learn from that. So there you go. There's some examples. That's how you can use insight. You'll notice these losers, the worst of the worst, are relatively small when you compare them to, you know, some of the winners. So you kind of want that ratio. Anyway, so there's some real trades. That's the end of the little mini series. You know, this is not supposed to be it wasn't supposed to be a trading education course. If you want that, you know, get your education from T3 Live. It's the best in the business. It's based off the historical pristine method, which is obviously just a time-tested method. So get a full education there, but I wanted to put this out. It was something fun for me. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope it helps you, even if you take 1 or 2 takeaways from it. So I wanted to do that for the Insight users. So I hope you liked it, and we'll talk to you later.